Good morning and happy Monday. Welcome back to the Daily Grind. I'm your host, Chump Change. This is live and recorded. For anybody that might be new here, we typically do is go over crypto news or news in general in the space. I update myself, bring you guys along for the ride. Let's see who's here in the house, and then we'll go from there. Mr. Black Hat Team, what's up, dude? Dumpster Fire, good to see you, man. We got Chris, Fox, Cybermoss, what's up, man? Has anyone been mining Kaspa this weekend? Solo notice. Oh, he noticed the block rewards were higher. Interesting. That's interesting. I have not been solo mining Kaspa, but let me know if anybody else noticed that. D-Miners, what's up, dude? We got Crypto Mikkel, what's up, man? Chris Hanley, if you guys have any questions, feel free to add me in the chat. Mr. Steven Cicero, appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. Anybody else I may have missed, I apologize. Daddy Chill, what's up, man? In Black Sales. All right, let's get into this. Bitcoin 62,722 bucks, looking pretty good. Nice little bounce back. We get Ethereum at 34.65. Let's see, we have Kaspa looking like real shit right now. Is this a sell the news event? What's going on? No, honestly, I think probably a lot of uncertainty, right? People are expecting a sell the news event, so we're having a little bit of a pullback, but 17.8 is relatively good. Kaspa hit a new all-time high, almost 20 cents. It was actually showing 20 cents in the Tangent wallet. I don't know if anybody else noticed that, but it was quite nice, right? So we're gonna see what happens with the Krc-20 tokens. More or less, this is bringing utility to Kaspa, which is awesome. So let's see what happens there, right? Today's the day. Gonna be seeing a lot of meme coins, I'm sure. We have Solana at 147 bucks. AVAX 29.87. Let's see, we have XRP at 48 cents. ADA is at 40 cents. It was at 37 cents this weekend. I was gonna buy some more too, and I totally slept on it. What an idiot. Let's see, Link, we got $14.34. Phantom over here, 58 cents. Mutable X, $1.58. ETC's at 23 bucks. Dogecoin still at 12 cents, 12 and a half almost. We got WIF at $2.22. Interesting. Nothing really jumping out at me though, besides all that stuff. All right, let's see. Biggest winner of the day seems to be ENS, 22% up. This is Ethereum name service at $31.52. We got Kaspa, the biggest loser on the day. What in the hell? Bruh. 9.9% down, but we'll see what happens. No, shut up, Crypto KJ. Yes, right? Was it yesterday or was it today? I thought it was supposed to be the first. Maybe it was yesterday. Whatever. It launched today. Eat shit, all right, Crypto KJ? I don't want to hear it. In my mind, it launched today. Was it yesterday? All right. I thought it was the first. My bad. Regardless, it's going to be amazing, right? So we'll see what happens. If it's a sell the news event, I guess only time will tell. But I think we'll be okay. We're only 10% down. We're still at 17 cents. That's insane for Kaspa, right? All right. Let's see. Brett is up to... Oh, it's up 6.4% rather to 16 cents. Wow, look at that. Nice. BitTensor over here, 7.4%, $278. Again, WIF is up 11.6% on the day to $2.22 just about. Phantom 6% up on the day, 58 cents. Let's see. Near Protocol, actually. This is one that I've been DCAing into a little bit. $5.30 up 5.5% on the day. This is ranked 17th at a $5.8 billion market cap, which is awesome. Not too bad. ADA again is back into the 40-cent range. It was at 30 cents or 37 cents rather the other day. All right, so that's about it there. Let's go to Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Flashbang 53 over here. We're in neutral territory as of right now, which is pretty good actually. Perfect. Pretty good. All right, let's move on. Let's see top 10 coins. Actually, let's see what's trending. What's trending today? Tashi, is that how you say that? Meme coin, I assume. 12% up on the day. We have Nemo Sum. Is that how you say that? What is that? Is that another meme coin? It looks like a fish. I think it's a fish. MAGA Hat also up 3%. Sorry, 0.3%. Nemo Sum is down 4.6%. All right, top 10 coins by coin market cap over on CoinGecko. We got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, BNB, Solana, Lido Staked Ether, USDC, XRP, Toncoin, and Dogecoin still in 10th place. Cardano is fighting to get back in 10th at a 14, or it says $14.1 billion market cap over here in 11th place. Dogecoin has got $18 million billion market cap. Not too bad. Near, let me refresh this real quick. Yeah, Near says it's in 20th place here. Interesting. Crypto Bubble said 17th. That's a bit off from the... That's really off. Hold on. What? That is not right. Is that right? Rank 17th. Yeah, that's not right. That is not right. Something's going on here. That ain't normal. Anyways, it's in 20th place over here on CoinGecko. Let's see, we got Litecoin in 21st place, looking all right. We got Kaspa again, 17.8, looking pretty good. Ethereum Classic, I think this is going to be a sleeper, to be honest. Once the Ethereum ETFs launch, I think we're going to be seeing this thing push up pretty good. Yes, CoinGecko, I love CoinGecko. $23.70. If I could speak today, that'd be nice. Render looking pretty good, right? $7.57. This is a good buy, I would say. Anyways, I think Render's going to do very well as well. $2.9 billion market cap. Yeah, that's about it. All right, I got a few things I want to watch today, so let's move on to the mining segment of things. You guys know I like to timestamp this stuff, see where we were. And yeah, let's get into it. KS5 Pro 21 terahash unit making 85.20. Look at that. We got the KS5 20 terahash unit making 81.14 a day. The Antminer DR7. Isn't this? Hold on. SCP. Is that SC Prime? Is that what that is? Interesting. Hold on. SCP. It is SC Prime. 15 cents. 15 cents. Interesting. That is making $60 a day. Wow. That's kind of shocking, to be honest. All right, we got the Ice River Kaspa KS5M 15 terahash unit making 58.10. We got the KS5L 12 terahash unit making 44.84. The BMKS Max and the KS6 11 terahash unit making 38.22 a day. The Windminer K9 is making 37.58. That's a 10.3 terahash unit. We got the Ice River KS3 8 terahash unit making 27.66, and the KS3M 6 terahash unit is making 18.34. The AL box, damn, that's lost some steam. Down in 14th place over here. 360 gigahashes, 180 watts, 17.64 a day, which is still ridiculously good, right? At the end of the day for the what's it called, the wattage. But the lithium is $1.31. Yeah, it's been on a steady decline. Interesting. I wonder if they're just gonna hold off on putting out the new miner, because if they do, this project's gonna friggin' eat it. That sucks. Anyways, let's see. The Antminer L79050. You guys know I got this thing down at Terra Hosting. Shout out to them. If you guys are interested in hosting, check it out in the description below. Making $8.50 a day after 10 cents per kilowatt hour, which is still pretty good on a 3-year-old machine. Wait, where's the L? Oh, the L9's right here. The L9 is a 16 gigahash unit. This thing hasn't even out yet, I don't think. I think they're just still in pre-production or whatever, or pre-sales. $20 a day you're making on the L7 right now, and obviously this equates to the or this goes back to the price of Doge and Litecoin, right? You're only getting like 85% of the profits are actually in Dogecoin. So Dogecoin being stupid low, that unit's not gonna be making too much money as of right now. Let's see, the KS2 2 terahash unit making just about $6 a day. I don't even think they make this anymore. And the KS1 is $2.98, about $3 a day, which I don't think they make either of those anymore. The X16Q mining ETC and ZIL. This is the 1950. You guys know I got this thing. I usually have it running right here next to me, but I actually shut it off this month. $2.86 at 10 cents per kilowatt hour. I need to get that thing on my new solar setup. As soon as I get that all figured out, I gotta hopefully finish the panels today out there on that pergola. We will see. The KS0 Ultra. This thing is amazing. 400 gigahash unit for a 200, I think it's $239 on Ice River, if I'm not mistaken. For $239, this is a good like entry level miner in my opinion, because I mean it's only a couple $100. Like, it's not much money. Do you know what I mean? $1.52 a day. It's really not too bad. KS0 Pro 200 gigahash unit making 64 cents a day, and the KS0 original unit is making 28 cents a day. Yeti, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Perfect.
Yeah, no worries, man. No worries. I wish I went to Mining Disrupt, but it was all right. It's I got family stuff to take care of and things around the house I got to do. Unfortunately, it's how it goes, you know. Adulting. Bitmain S19K Pro 120 terahash unit. I got this thing hosted down at Terra Hosting as well, and I am losing money daily, not because of them, because of the market sucks for this thing. But mining BCH, I'm losing 31 cents a day.
Bruh.
Even though I'm not mining Bitcoin Cash. Actually, let's see how much I'd be losing on the, if I was mining Bitcoin, how much more? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it's significantly. I'd be losing a bit more. Significantly more. I'd probably be about $1 a day I'd be losing. That's crazy. Damn. Yeah. No, I'll probably be about 50 cents or so. A little over 50 cents. Interesting. Anyways, let's move on to GPUs. See what we got over here. What's the most profitable coin to mine? What in the hell? We have this Pug coin. Is this a meme coin? This is a meme coin, ain't it? I forget. What? Let me see. Carlson hash. It's a Carlson hash fork. I forgot. Interesting. All right. Well, it looks like that's pretty profitable. Oh, look at this. Next set. I don't even know how to say this. NXL. I'm just gonna say NXL. That is on the top of the charts. It looks like for the 4090. Weird. Why is it let me see. I guess for the last 24 hours, well, the highest profits have been this Pug coin, whatever that is. And then Abel is here for the 170HX. Ironfish and Husat also dual mining that. Interesting. Chlor, how's Chlor doing? Chlor's on the top of the charts. Some of the coins. Let's see. Chlor is up 1.4% to 11 cents. Nice, not too bad. Could be worse. Could be worse. A little bit down today. Not a big deal. Conflux and Husat as well. Over here we got Bitcoin Gold, the 7900 XT. Interesting. Nice. So you guys got a few things to pick from today, I guess. Dynex and the A4000. Nice. Look at that. 30 making 9-cent profit. Let's see, what's Dynex looking like actually? How is Dynex doing? 9.85% up, 58 cents. Nice. Let's see. 7 days, month. It's been on a little bit. Everything's been running down, but Dynex kind of been floating sideways, I guess. Yeah, Dynex has been relatively floating sideways. Not too bad. I guess we'll have to see what happens there. But yeah. Zealous over here on 3060 Ti, most profitable. Interesting. I was mining Zealous on everything into no, actually I lied. I was just mining it right to Trade Ogre. I was gonna say into Kaspa, but I wasn't doing that. It was going right to Trade Ogre and I was just selling it out. So interesting. All right, let's see if there's any new coins on the list today and on pay. I think we saw this last week. X11, got Neon X, X11. Interesting. Yeah, nothing really jumping out. Events calendars, nothing coming up really. FEC, whatever this is, 94 days from now, block reward reduction 100 to 50, and then 97 days Bitcoin Diamond, if anybody's into that, 62.5 to 31.25 for a block reward. What is Tidecoin TDC? 165 days, 2.5 to point. Wait, what? 2.5 to 0.625. That is a crazy. Is that wrong? Is that an error? Shouldn't it go to like 1.25? What in the hell? They're just gonna murk this coin like that hard? That's crazy. that's insane. Oh, and looks Pugdag I guess went through a thing 13 days ago. I didn't even realize that. 500 to 440 per block. So maybe that's why that might have pumped the price a little bit. All right, anyways, let's move on to over here, CNBC television, the news segment of things. I want to see what the former SEC chairman Jay Clayton on the state of the presidential race has to say. This should be quite interesting. And then we're going to hear a little bit from Mr. Tom Lee himself about Bitcoin. Let's do it.
Welcome back to Squawk Box. Joining us right now on the set, former chairman of the SEC, Jay Clayton, is also a CNBC contributor. Good morning to you. Want to talk about some of the Supreme Court rulings we heard about last week and some we may hear about this week, but also wanted to start with this debate and really what you think the implications of it are. We've gone back and forth about, whether another nominee is going to emerge. Mm-hmm. But my question to you, as somebody who was part of the former Trump administration and sort of thinking about sort of what this means for the Republican side, is if in fact another nominee were to emerge, mm-hmm. is that better or worse for Trump's candidacy here?
Okay, well, let me say, I think another nominee is going to emerge.
You do,
and let me put it.
Ooh, what? He thinks another nominee is going to emerge? That would be interesting. They don't want Trump, and Biden, I don't think, can handle it another 4 years, to be honest.
In a context that I think people in this program understand, it's imperfect but illuminating. Imagine if a CEO gave that performance in an earnings call. Mm-hmm. The board of directors would be...
They'd pull him off.
But pull him off. And let's go to the next level.
Oh, my God. You know what sucks about this, too? Like, did anybody else watch that debate? I'm sure a lot of you guys did. I don't want to get too like political here, but what I do want to say is like my mother has been diagnosed with Alzheimer and dementia, right? Or Alzheimer's, however you're supposed to say it, and dementia. And I noticed the way he was talking in that debate, Biden, was exactly what happens to my mother when she's talking. And it's awful. It's like it was like, I know people make fun and laugh and stuff, but like, dude, like, honestly, it was sad. And it made you feel bad. Like, it made me feel bad just because I know what he's probably going through that people probably don't know because I'm dealing with it. So like it was awful. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. It sucks. It really does suck.
Level of analysis. You're a board of directors. You have a problem like that years in advance, at least months.
Oh, real quick, Mr. Allset, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships, dude. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate it. Keen Bean, we got Game with Smokey, Dan Gawan, Dom G, Claude, and who else? Let me see. I missed somebody. Joker Miner. Hell yeah. Congrats. Thank you guys, and make sure you link your YouTube with Discord.
Months in advance.
Get access to the chat.
You have to have a succession plan. You always have to have a succession plan. And what do we have here? We have
nothing.
We have nothing.
No plan B.
No plan B.
But that's what Ron Klain's been saying for the past 2 years. There is no plan B. You can't consider, because they wouldn't.
But that's not an acceptance.
They wouldn't allow that.
Imagine if a board of directors said, you know what,
I don't disagree with you.
We have no plan B.
Well, except you could argue that the plan B is that there are, I don't know, half a dozen potential nominees, governors and others in the Democratic Party that maybe could take the place. The question that I'm asking is slightly different, which is what you think that would do to the overall election, and to the extent that there were people out there, voters, who said to themselves, you know what, and I put Bill Ackman potentially in this category, but maybe not. You know, for a long time, he was saying he was very critical of Biden with the hope that a third candidate or another candidate in the Democratic Party would emerge, because he was not necessarily in love with the former president. He is now appears to have switched allegiances and now would say that he is for the former president. The question is, if another person came in to replace Biden in this sort of A/B test that Peter Thiel talks about, where with all of a sudden, if the A is a different human, do they say, okay, actually, I'm now, the whole thing is scrambled? Okay,
so of course you will be changing the context. You change the person, you change the context. Absolutely. I think the question for the American people, and look, I think, here's what I think. Why do I think he's going to change out? Because the American people are smart. And the market is the American people. And just like in the CEO situation, the market is going to tell them that they have to change.
Jay, you just heard how difficult that is, that you will then have a person who's never run a national election, who's got 2 months to try and run it. You figure this is just a Hail Mary sort of pass. They figure they can't win otherwise, and so they give it a...
I have no idea what's going on, but you usually give somebody who's in a position of authority to come to the conclusion on their own. My hope is that what's happening is we're giving Joe Biden, who deserves a lot for his public service.
Does Trump win the battle but lose the war then? Is that what you're saying? Because that's the interesting part, right? He could have won the debate. But if you're telling me that then the whole dynamic changes, then you lost the war.
Let me go back to, again, the context I know, which is the corporate context. You've built a strategy around one set of facts. We are going to scramble the eggs, right? And the Trump campaign will have to build a new strategy depending on how this unfolds and who falls into that position. And what you're seeing, I think, is a strategy around border, economy, inflation.
Okay, so
right.
Yes.
And if I'm, we were just talking off air. Very interesting thing, which is if you look at the lineup of prospective vice presidents, I think every single person could be president tomorrow on the Republican side. I think that's an incredible strength that the Republicans have going into this period of uncertainty. Whether it's Burgum, Youngkin, Scott, Rubio, every one of them, I think the American people would be comfortable with as president.
Interesting. That's very interesting. Like I said, man, it's like, I know it's funny and stuff, but it's freaking sad. It really is sad sometimes, but only because I'm dealing with it and I understand what they go through, and I don't think he's been diagnosed with it yet, to be honest. Anyways, Bitcoin, let's see, we'll have a pretty sharp rebound in the second half of the year, says Funstrat's Tom Lee. Again, both of these clips were posted about an hour ago. Let's see what they got to say over here. Guys, that like button, appreciate you for hanging out. Let's do it.
I was Tom Lee, Fundstrat Global Advisors, managing partner and a CNBC contributor, but close enough for government work. You're right again. And once again, your rationale was borne out. It was that inflation would continue to cool. It's July 1st. You have a new target for the end of the year, or I've already sort of foreshadowed some of the things you were talking about. The S&P earnings might even be above what you thought.
Yes, I think that now that we're at the mid-year, 2025 earnings look a lot stronger than we thought at the start of the year. We thought maybe 260. It's probably closer to 275, maybe 280, even 285. And I think the multiple we thought originally could be 20 times that number for next year. But given the Fed has more reasons to be dovish, and I think maybe the employment picture is softening, PE multiples actually could be higher next year. So I'd say between now and year end, stocks should be higher. I mean, we've had a strong first half already, and second half won't be as strong as the first half, but we should build upon those gains. So yeah, it looks pretty good.
Awesome. Little Time Mining says 78K or 44K, you pick. And by the way, good morning, Mr. Geek of All Trades. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you.
You have numbers. I mean, so if the S&P is 285, you possibly, that's earnings,
Correct.
285, up from 270. Because the economy doesn't cool, multiples don't expand. In fact, they might contract from 21 to 20. So if you multiply 20 times 285, you get to 5,800.
Yeah, so that sounds like it would be within reasonable, as a reasonable base case, that stocks don't have to have a prodigious second half. They just have to follow what typically happens in the second half, especially in an election year.
So 5,800 for the year, what would that be the total return? If it's 15 now, so
yeah, so it's, you know, it's a little bit more than 20%.
Which would be after last year's
24.
24. That's a couple years no one really expected, I don't think.
That's right. I mean, that's painful for people who've been sitting in cash for 2 years, earning 5% because they missed out on a 50% gain, and that's 10 years worth of sitting on cash. So I think the end of this year is a little bit of a day of reckoning for those who've said, oh, I'm happy with my $6 trillion in cash earning 5%, when in reality, unless the economy is rolling into recession, you know, the expansion will continue for some time.
Is the $6 trillion, and that's what's fueling this, the additional liquidity, people aren't fully invested, was that gotten through organic positive means, or was it gotten through stimulus that shouldn't have been probably legislated and shouldn't have been printed? Is it good money, or is it money that comes home to roost because it's too much?
I haven't deconstructed that, but it's a valid point because, you know, we are running a pretty big fiscal deficit at a time when it's not necessary. There is a lot of earned income on people's assets. I think that accounted for a lot of this increase in cash. And historically, that would have been reinvested in the economy or into equities, but it's been instead earning cash.
You know that my insecurity about crypto manifested itself again in my feet of clay, because I said, Tom Lee's going to be absolutely right about the 5,500. Why is he still saying 150 for Bitcoin? Why do that? Why not just focus on stock? Don't stick your neck out, because it was falling below 60,000. Now it's back to almost 63,000. So that $6 trillion we just talked about, that's
them weak ass hands, Joe. That's what it is.
Sort of plays into your Bitcoin thesis.
That's right. Bitcoin's probably suffering from the Mt. Gox, you know, starting distributions in July. That was a huge overhang for many years. But if I was invested in crypto knowing that one of the biggest overhangs is going to disappear in July, I think it's a reason to actually expect a pretty sharp rebound in the second half. So I think, you know, 150 is still within.
It's already July 1st, so that's so you're not taking that off the table. That's still a possibility.
That's right. And, you know, one thing to keep in mind, Bitcoin makes most of its gains with 10 days every year. If you take out the 10 best days in a single year, Bitcoin actually has negative returns.
Absolutely. Mr. Geek of All Trades, thanks for being a member for 22 months, dude. I'm working on my second $1 million now. I gave up on the first million. Oh, you're ridiculous. All right, let's get into this. Mr. Crypto Banter over here has actually made a video explaining a little bit about Kaspa. He said, launching today, why this upgrade will make millionaires rather. And I guess it was a day ago. I swear to God, I thought it was the first things were launching. But nonetheless, let's get into this. See what he's got to say over here. I want to watch this because I haven't had a chance. I'm going to actually bump this up to 1.2 actually before we get into this. If you guys have any questions, please add me in the chat. Let's do it.
The long-awaited KRC-20s are launching today. It's a huge step forward and a huge celebration for the Kaspa community.
I've never seen this guy on Crypto Banter. There's like 1 million people on this channel, isn't there?
In this show, I'm going to talk about what Kaspa is, what the upgrade is about, and of course, I'm going to help you how you can make money with this massive upgrade. Guys, there's a billion ways to make money in crypto, and I'm on a mission to find them all. My name is Fafa, and the best part is, if I find anything, I share it with you. So if I make money, you can make money too. Let's jump into the show, but before I do that, I want to ask you to smash and obliterate the like button.
Please
subscribe to the
hit
channel
the like button
if you like this content. Now,
what do you think about Cedra? I think it's just a fork of something that was, right? It's I don't know. It's not, I don't know. I don't really think anything about it, to be honest. It was profitable, and now it's not.
What is Kaspa? Kaspa is a decentralized proof-of-work blockchain that aims to be fast and scalable and very secure, like most of the blockchains out there. Now, here is the interesting part. Now, Kaspa is a proof-of-work blockchain just like Bitcoin, but the founders of Kaspa are actually doxed, unlike, for Bitcoin. So, Kaspa was created by a Harvard researcher called Jonathan Sompolinsky. I'm very happy I could pronounce his name, Sompolinsky. He is actually a doxed guy, as I said, and he had many, many significant contributions to the blockchain space overall. In fact, he wrote the white paper on Kaspa in 2013, and later that white paper was cited in the Ethereum white paper, which is obviously a pretty big thing. But how does Kaspa work? Very, very, very shortly. As I said, it's a proof of work mechanism, and that means exactly just like Bitcoin, there's a system where miners solve these puzzles, and by solving the puzzles, they build blocks after each other and validate the network. This is basically how Kaspa works as well. But there is a unique tag that makes Kaspa unique among proof of works, which is called Ghost Tag Protocol. Now, Ghost stands for greedy, heaviest, observed, sub-tree protocol. But now in words we understand, instead of a single chain of blocks like with Bitcoin where one block comes after another, this protocol allows multiple blocks to be processed at the same time in parallel. And that's obviously making it more scalable and more faster. The question might come, how much faster? And I want you to look at this for that. So as you see here in this video, they made a 10-minute long video showing one block on the Bitcoin blockchain takes 10 minutes, right? So it takes Bitcoin 10 minutes to produce a block. This is what you see here on the orange line. This is basically how long time it takes. It fits maximum of 4,000 transactions within one block. That's why you could have seen that the Bitcoin blockchain got congested and you had to wait hours and hours and hours, in worst case scenarios, maybe even a day for your Bitcoin transaction to go through. As you see down here, this is the blocks per second on Kaspa, and you see there is 10 blocks, 32 blocks, 100 blocks, because again, unlike Bitcoin, you are able to upgrade and scale the blockchain from one block, 10 to 32 to 100 blocks per second without forking the network, and that is forking.
I'm hoping he gets into that, Claude. He said, can somebody explain KRC-20 stuff and why and if it's something to get involved with? I'm hoping he kind of gets into this, and I think he does in this video. That's kind of why I'm watching it, because I haven't seen it yet.
Cool. Now, this makes Kaspa the fastest proof of work blockchain out there, which actually reflects in the price as well. Kaspa
personally, I don't know enough about it, but KRC-20 realistically it's kind of like being able to build tokens on Kaspa. It's no different than building all these meme coins and whatever on Solana, right? I mean, obviously there's other coins that are built, not just meme coins, but in general it's a layer one, just you can make tokens on this platform. So it brings utility to Kaspa, which is huge, right? I'm not going to jump on the KRC-20 tokens, I don't think. I'm just going to hold actual Kaspa, you know what I mean? Just because I think with transaction fees and that being the baseline of all these other coins that are going to be built on it now, I think it's only going to rise from here. It's my opinion.
In the top 25 coins by market cap at 4.3 billion currently. However, being a 4 billion market cap coin is still not listed on many tier 1 exchanges. We're talking about Binance, Coinbase, OKX, Kraken. It's simply not listed there. It is listed on some of the exchanges. We're looking at Bybit, Gate.io, KuCoin, Maxi, BitGet, and BingX, but we still yet to see these tier 1 exchanges listing the coin. And there's not really any reason why that would not happen, so we're yet to see that. So you might...
And they actually the devs called for on Sin City Crypto. They had a podcast with I think all 5 of the devs, if I'm not mistaken. They actually said they think there's going to be a tier 1 listing by the end of this year for sure. That's what he said anyways.
Be wondering, so
think, and then for sure it was kind of, I don't know.
But what the hell is Kaspa? Is this like a coin, like Bitcoin and the store of value and whatnot? Well, it kind of has been just kind of like a store of value proof of work protocol coin until today, because today they launched KRC-20s. Now, bear with me here. I'm telling you, this is a huge opportunity, and you have to understand all that to understand why the opportunity is big. So let's jump into it. Now, the biggest catalyst for this chain, probably the biggest catalyst for the chain, and also the reason why I'm talking about them right now, is the KRC-20s arrival. Now, what is KRC-20s, Fefe? Well, I'm glad you asked. KRC-20s is the token standard on the Kaspa network, just like ERC-20s is a token standard on Ethereum. In very simple terms, this is basically a guideline on how you can launch a token and a decentralized application and on anything on the Kaspa blockchain. By having a standard guidance for everybody to launch a token, they standardize everything, and therefore there is no confusion. Therefore, there can be growth for the network. Now, it basically enables anyone to launch a decentralized application, smart contracts, or a token on the Kaspa network from today. Smart contracts and all the crazy,
which is great, and that's what we need. We need utility
stuff coming later in the year, but it sounds cool. Key features for the KRC-20s are token creation, you can create a token, interoperability, which means that by standardizing how people can launch a token and a decentralized application on the Kaspa network, everyone will speak the same language, and these applications will be able to communicate with each other, and smart contracts, so you'll be able to deploy smart contracts and decentralized applications on the network. You might be wondering, Fefe, this is boring. Why are you telling me all this? Well, because the impact of KRC-20s can be huge. Now, Kaspa has a very strong community, for one, and that means that it's basically a cult, and now these people don't have to leave the chain.
It is basically a cult. He's not lying.
To create a decentralized application or launch their own token. It will basically, by allowing these guys and helping these guys to be able to launch their own projects on Kaspa, it will increase on-chain activity on Kaspa and therefore grow the ecosystem like crazy. Now, this will not only give us investors and traders a great opportunity to get into different narratives early that are launching on Kaspa, but also to take advantage of the price appreciation of the potential price appreciation of Kaspa from the development of the KRC-20s. You don't have to believe me, you have to believe the data. Ethereum, ERC-20s. Now, long time ago, there was no guideline on Ethereum, and everybody was doing something, and everybody was developing something, and there was no interoperability, which means these applications couldn't communicate with each other. And if you have a network, like it's like an iPhone couldn't call an iPhone, which would be absolutely insane. So until ERC-20s, though, because in 2017, ERC-20s, this token standard, got adopted, and that was, you guessed it, right before the massive ICO run of 2017. This basically ignited the bull market. And if you have not been here in 2017, it's been absolutely insane. So what you see with memes and celebrity meme coins was the exact same thing with ICOs, initial coin offerings back then. But these projects were promising to do proper stuff. For example, and that was basically, it was like a .com bubble where they basically put a coin on everything. They had Dencoin and all that kind of craziness. But Ethereum soared. So it went from $8 in January 1st, 2017 to $1,365 by the end of the bull market, which again, most likely thanks to the ERC-20s and the adoption that it brought to Ethereum. Another great example can be Binance and their Binance chain and the Binance token, BNB. BNB was originally an ERC-20 token, and in 2020, Binance Smart Chain was launched and basically was specifically designed to support smart contracts and decentralized applications on the Binance chain. By introducing BIP20 or BEP20s, which is basically the token standard on the Binance chain, they could simply do the exact same thing as Ethereum did. You would be able to launch your applications and tokens and whatnot for cheaper, faster, and probably much more scalable than with Ethereum. You might have heard.
Let's be real, anything's cheaper than Ethereum. Mr. Crypto for Seniors, thank you so much for 499 super chat. He said, all right, DGens, only 43 likes, 122 watching. Please hit that like button. Appreciate you.
About PancakeSwap. Well, PancakeSwap was the result of BIP20s. And of course, I don't think I have to mention it, but as the same case we see with Ethereum, we saw the exact same case with BNB, which pulled over 100x. BNB went from $40.
Holy shit. Wow, that's crazy.
To $670 within 10 months. Absolutely crazy. Now, you might be sitting here ready to ape into...
I'm not sure we're going to get that, but that would be nice.
The KRC-20 tokens and the Kaspa tokens, and I'm actually going to tell you exactly how you can do that. Now, first thing you might want to look at is meme coins, okay? Why? Because meme coins are dominating this bull market. Every community will have has a meme coin. Why wouldn't the Kaspa community not have them? Now, it's very important because meme coins, first of all, the first memes on a chain usually do very, very well. And also, Kaspa has a very strong community, as I said, and they basically hold Kaspa to dear life as well. Why wouldn't they do the exact same thing with memes? So I'm actually extremely bullish on Kaspa memes. Let's look at some of them.
What do you mean, Claude? I said, so Cedra and Bugnet do not fall into this KRC-20 category, just forks. Yeah, no, they're just forks. They're not the same thing.
Number one play on Kaspa memes is going to be Casper, the ghost of Kaspa. Why, you ask? Simple. It's a cute ghost. No, but that's not all. Actually, that's not the main reason. The main reason is it's gonna be one of the first memes on Kaspa. It's a ghost, which is very famous. We know Kasper, which is a very famous character as well, a cute, famous character. We know that Kaspa is different from, for example, any other proof of work protocol because it works on something called ghost tag. Now, this Kasper is a ghost, so that ties in very, very nicely. And Kasper is very much fitting to the name of Kaspa. So I'm definitely bullish on them. If you are, smash the follow for them on Twitter. I'm actually going to show you how you can ape into these tokens. Truth be told, there is no guideline on how you can buy them.
Guys, please be careful with all these like new tokens, please.
These tokens. There is no decentralized exchange. There's nothing. It's a complete new thing that's happening right now with Kaspa. So you gotta keep an eye on everything or all on this. I'm also gonna update you on my own Twitter. So you wanna smash that follow for me as well. There's down in the description a link to my Twitter. I'll update you on all this when they come out. But this is the first. Let's go into the second one, which is Yotoshi. Now Yotoshi is a little bit unique because it lives on Sol already and it will fork to Kaspa when the KRC-20 is launched. It's basically a play with words that the founder of Kaspa is Jonathan and Satoshi, the founder of Bitcoin, and then you have Yotoshi, which is again, pretty funny. Again, it's one of the first memes playing with the names of the founders of Bitcoin and Kaspa. I do think it can have some interesting upside, although it's not really memeable, so it's not like a little cute ghost. It did hit 20 million market cap very quickly on Solana, so let's see what it does when the fork comes through, but I do think this could be interesting to look at. Number 3 is Nacho the cat. The Yet. Now, this cat is Kaspa's co-founder's cat. There's a co-founder to Kaspa called Sahi Vibroski, and he's
Are we just gonna talk about meme coins this whole time?
Cat is basically this cat. Now, my other show the other day, if you have not seen that, you have to check that out. But I have explained that why a meme of a founder, for example, Vitalik's cat.
All right, I'm gonna jump past this because I don't care about these meme coins.
Kaspa has its own chain, and that means that it has its own wallet as well. And these wallets will allow you to trade KRC-20s when they launch. Now, there is a wallet that I recommend. There are a bunch of wallets on their websites listed, but I recommend you one wallet, not for any specific reason, just because it has an app store. It's available on Android devices, and it has a web extension as well, and it's called Caspium. So I'm going to show you how to download the wallet and set it up so you can use it later. First, you will need your phone. So you have to find Caspium on your phone.
Caspium? Interesting.
And you have to click download. Whoa! Once you have that, you have to open it, create a new wallet. You can select it as I will say test. Obviously, never ever show anybody your seed phrases, password. You know, I don't need a password, but you should have a password. It will give you 24 words that you need to back up. When you say you back up, yes, that will create a PIN code. I'll just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's usually what I use all the time. So, and that's basically it. So what you can do from here is that you can click on receive and you can copy your address from here and use this address to deposit from a centralized exchange. Basically what you do, as I've shown you, you can go back here, you can look at what exchanges Kaspa is available. You go into any of these exchanges. I do have affiliate links down in the description, guys. So if you would like to support the channel, if you would like to support me and the Kaspa chain, and basically having the wallet is already something that you would have a lot of the tokens already announced that you will be able to mint the tokens from any Kaspa compatible wallet, but we are yet to see how this will go. This is why I said it's worth following me on Twitter. I will update you as well, but definitely follow Kaspa too. And that was it.
Interesting. All right. So, I mean, the main thing here is it's kind of, it's neat to, I didn't know about this wallet, actually. I haven't looked at any of this, to be honest, but Caspium, I guess. That's the wallet right there. If you guys are going to get that, there you go. That's kind of neat. I guess it's cool because it's an app and it's just simple, easy to use, hopefully. So I might try that out a little later today, actually. So shout out to these guys for that video. All right, last but not least, I want to watch Altcoin Daily. I haven't watched any YouTube in like days. 40K incoming Wall Street to tank Bitcoin price. Let's see what they got to say over here, guys. Hit that like button. Appreciate you for hanging out. Let's do it.
When people in the FBI tell me that they'd much rather have criminals use Bitcoin than $100 bills, it suggests that maybe it's not quite working the way it was supposed to.
Have you sold any of your Bitcoin?
You can track it.
Wall Street whales are trying to tank the Bitcoin price. And not just Bitcoin, but altcoin prices too. Looking at the chart, you see Bitcoin is ranging from the highs of $73,000 to the range lows of $57,000. Remember, Bitcoin and crypto represent the first time in history where retail has been able to front-run Wall Street players. Regular people like you and me got a 10-year head start on TradFi and institutional players. Now, because of the ETFs, Wall Street is able to easily get in. The only problem is these prices aren't low enough for them.
Maybe Larry Fink with the BlackRock ETF surrendered to the forces, or maybe it's more like Bitcoin's been co-opted by them.
They don't want to buy here, they want to buy here. TradFi whales are trying to tank the price of Bitcoin. Like here, American venture capitalist and former CEO of PayPal, Peter Thiel, suggests Bitcoin has been co-opted and right now isn't really that good of an investment. Here, listen to this. Tell me what you think.
Probably the part where I'm less convinced of is this question of the sort of ideological founding vision of Bitcoin or these cryptocurrencies as sort of a cypherpunk, crypto-anarchist, libertarian, anti-centralized government thing. This is always, the line.
Isn't that what got you interested in the first place?
That's what I thought was terrific about it. And then, the question is, does it really work that way? Or, has that thread somehow gotten lost? And so when people in the FBI tell me that they'd much rather have criminals use Bitcoin than $100 bills, it suggests that maybe it's not quite working the way it was supposed to.
Have you sold any of your Bitcoin?
I still hold some. There are all these ways I didn't buy as much as I should have, and I'm not sure it's going to go up that dramatically from here.
From here?
Yeah,
Which means he doesn't have much at all.
I think we got the ETF edition, and I don't know who else buys it quickly from here.
Some interesting investment advice. That actually surprised me because I don't think I've heard you. I thought you were still all in.
By the way, keep in mind how shocking this point of view is, since it's such a complete 180 from what Peter Thiel had been saying for years. You remember him saying stuff like this.
You were supportive of Bitcoin. You actually said to me that you're skeptical of a lot of cryptocurrencies, but you think Bitcoin was being misunderstood, and you think that there was a big opportunity. You have since bought a lot of Bitcoin. Where does the position stand right now? And tell us what you see happening in terms of Bitcoin.
My view is that there's going to be one cryptocurrency that will be the equivalent of gold. There's about $200 billion worth of Bitcoin. There's $8 trillion worth of gold. And many of the things that make gold attractive would also apply to Bitcoin. One thing that's very different from the dot-com bubble in the late 90s is there are virtually no Wall Street analysts, no Wall Street banks that are pushing this in any way whatsoever. Whereas, if you looked at how many analysts were working on dot-com companies in 99, 2000, that was way too many, and that was probably, sort of another small indicator that it was too consensus. It's been missed in New York City. It's been missed even more shockingly in Silicon Valley, where and it is a technology that's sort of emerged in this fairly distributed way. Ethereum, the number 2 currency.
So now he says that Bitcoin has been co-opted. This is crazy.
I still have a small position. It probably still can go up some, but it's going to be a volatile, bumpy ride. And I had a dual reason. One was this sort of ideological, decentralized future of computing world that I really do believe in, really believe would be better, and it seemed like the perfect vehicle for that for such a long time, and I am just much less convinced of that, and so
Interesting.
So maybe Larry Fink with the BlackRock ETF surrendered to the forces, the anti-ESG forces, or maybe it's more like Bitcoin's been co-opted by them, and I worry it was more the latter.
So because of Peter Thiel and people like him, all of a sudden the media is promoting the idea of, well, what if Bitcoin's price gains are over? What if Bitcoin has topped out? Here, listen for yourself.
I had someone say...
It's so ridiculous. This is exactly how, the whole fear and greed index thing works, right? It just... I don't know. When there's a pullback, it's like all this FUD happens, and then all the big guys are buying. And when you start noticing that the big guys are buying, that's when everybody else jumps on the train, and it's like you don't want to miss out. And then the freaking FOMO train happens, and it goes up a lot. It's just it's crazy.
This person has to be fired, one of the hodlers, because the other day I was saying, yeah, if you bought it at 8. I can't imagine. I'm afraid at $60,000. $60,000 is a lot. This is when it was dropping, and they say, "Oh, yeah."
You're not throwing all of your money into it. DCA, dollar cost average. Throw a little bit at a time, right? It's like what?
Yeah, you got to buy it here. I think it was Pomp
not
was
blowing
on.
your load
That's right.
on it.
Pomp was on saying you got to buy it here. You got to buy it here, and it's like, Well, if you bought it at 8, 60,000 is a lot of money to buy one Bitcoin. But if you believe it's going to, like Tom Lee,
You don't need a whole Bitcoin,
you
though.
should.
If you're
but
Tom Lee or Kathy Woods, you believe it keeps going.
So right now, Bitcoin is ranging. It is my belief that Wall Street is trying to break this support and push Bitcoin down into the $40,000 price range.
Like, listen, even if we go to 150K, right, from where we're at now, 60K, that's almost a 3x. If you put 10 grand in, you're gonna make it 30, just about. Is that not okay? Is that not good? Like, I don't understand. A 3x on your money is pretty decent, right? Even if it only goes 2x, that's still pretty decent for doing nothing.
And they're coming at this industry trying to push the price down in every which way. I believe there are Wall Street whales working directly with the SEC to do stuff like this. Spot Ethereum ETF launch delayed by SEC comments. The SEC commented on the S1 forms and requested resubmissions by July 8th, potentially delaying the launch of Spot Ethereum ETFs until mid to late July. So this is just...
I wonder if they're doing this because the whole presidential debate thing. Interesting, June 29th. Yeah, so I wonder if because of the presidential debate, like, I wonder if they allowed the Ethereum ETF because they wanted the crypto narrative on Biden's side, but now that it's turned into a whole fucking mess after the debate, I wonder if that's why they're pulling some BS again. I wonder if they're gonna, I don't know, try to stop this thing.
A delay. These are still going to launch. The Spot Ethereum ETF launch, we're now looking at mid to late July. That would be right here. And so it is my belief that we only have a few weeks of them trying to push this price down before they can't do it anymore. But boy, are they really trying hard. The SEC has just sued Consensus over MetaMask staking and broker allegations. The SEC alleges that MetaMask acted as an unregistered securities broker and that its staking service violated securities laws. You remember that Consensus previously sued the SEC to try and block the regulator from doing this. Well, it didn't work, and now, as stated, the US SEC is suing Consensus, alleging MetaMask's swap and staking products violated securities laws. The agency also targeted Ethereum staking service Lido and Rocket Pool, referring to their popular staked ETH or restaked ETH tokens as unregistered securities. Wall Street really wants the price below this level. And
so, like, yeah, I mean, I understand that. I understand the staking thing because it's like you're expecting a reward, right? You're putting money in and you're expecting money to come back. It's how is that not a security? I don't understand. Like, that makes sense.
Wall Street players really aren't the only ones who feel they missed out on Bitcoin in the 40s and are trying to bring it back to the 40s. For instance, Dave Portnoy, I already personally own Bitcoin, but if it dips down into the 40s, I'm planning to buy another 5 to 10 million of Bitcoin with Barstool money. I bet a lot of people are thinking like this.
Right now we're at 61,000 with Bitcoin. Been down a little bit of a rough week. It was up. Bitcoin's high 70 is around 60. I said I'm going to buy I'm going to take Barstool money and probably buy 5 million, 10 million of Bitcoin if it gets into the 40s. Not going to buy in the 60s.
I don't think you're going to see the 40s, bro.
I already have a ton of personal Bitcoin,
Not yet.
so don't get it confused.
So we'll have to see if Wall Street is able to push the price down below this.
That would be shocking if it went down that low.
Their $40,000 Bitcoin.
I'd buy it too,
like
though.
I said,
it's not that
think they only have a matter of a few weeks to do this, a couple weeks to a month, because inevitably there's only one direction this market.
This fucking who made this box? 2025 target? Really? Like, bro.
Bruh.
That is like, hell no. We're reaching for the stars. Like 150, 120 to 150 is probably where I'm thinking.
It is going.
That's
Not
insane.
Financial advice. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm a believer. You have to make your own decisions. Guys, subscribe to Altcoin Daily. Join the team. We drop one video every day, keeping you informed. This is a big year.
All right, just gonna chill the rest of the time. All right. Anyways, let's move back to the recap. Let's see what we got over here. Anybody just joining? Bitcoin $62,642. Ethereum $34.56. Not too bad. Kaspa still taking a little bit of a hit after the sell the news event, which is, I think, going to play out just fine. But nonetheless, we're at 17.8, which is amazing for Kaspa. We have ETC at 23.56. I think this is going to do very well as well in this upcoming bull run when it does actually lift off. LTC is down to 74 bucks. I think that's a good buy as well. Near should be a good buy, $5.23. Everything's still on a fire sale, even though it's not red. Everything is still pretty cheap, or relatively cheap rather, for what it is. Dogecoin 12 cents, not even 12.5 cents. Yeah, dumb money's gonna pump that. Oh, ADA back under 40 cents, 39.9. Look at that. Interesting. All right, let's check out if anything changed over here. Nope, Kaspa still seems to be a loser on the day. 9.2% down, but it's still at about 18 cents. That's crazy. And again, flashbang, fear and greed index looking like we're neutral right now. Let me refresh it just in case. 53 fear and greed index. Everything's looking pretty good, guys. Everything's looking good. Scott Sheffield, I am going to try to finish the panels today. That is my plan. That is my plan. It sucks though, bro. They're giant and they're not easy to get up on that thing, but yeah, I gotta do it. I got 4 of them mounted yesterday. I got them all squared up. We're all good to go. All I gotta do is get the other ones up onto the rack and slide them up, mount them, and then I should be good, but we'll have to see. Let's see, 55 cents. We'll go back to $1. Low time mining, what are you saying? It's I don't know what you're talking about. But the last time we got to 40k area, we dumped to 30k. Yeah, I don't think I mean, yeah, that would panic would set in hard if we got to 40k for sure. Oh, Matic, you're saying is a good coin to buy. Matic, what's Matic looking like? Let's see. You know, I like Matic, but I don't hold much of it anymore. 55 cents. How's it been doing? Last year, it's been taking a shit. Yeah, it actually is a good time to buy. Let me see. Yeah, we're 80% down. Yeah, anything that's 80% down, in my opinion, is an easy money, right? That's just my opinion. I mean, obviously, not everything is easy money, but 80% down, typically for coins that are in like the top 100, realistically, we'll have some sort of bounce back or rebound, right? We're in 24th place here. This thing's got a $5 billion market cap. I don't think it's going anywhere. This is my opinion, but yeah, you're definitely not wrong. All right, guys. Anyways, I got to get on to putting these panels up before I got to go get my kids. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I appreciate you hanging out with me on the daily grind. I might be back tomorrow. I'm not positive. 4th of July is this week, so going to be doing a little bit of family stuff. I'm not sure what I got going on, but if I'm not here tomorrow, I'll do my best to be here the next day, right? So anyways, you guys have a great day. Enjoy your Monday. Stay safe. If you're traveling, be safe. Appreciate you all. I'll catch you soon. Peace out. Have a good day.
Eat shit, Gary.